What's up, guys? My name is Angelo, and there's none good but one, and that is God. I spent some time traveling my home state of Alabama, and today I want to share with you my Alabama Top 10. Let's start off at Natural Bridge. Located in the small town of Natural Bridge sits the longest naturally formed bridge on the eastern side of the United States. Now, as soon as I turned the corner and set my eyes on this place, I let off a resounding whoa. I was the only one there, so I walked in and just started marveling at this massive cave. When I looked up at the beautiful opening in the ceiling, you could see the small bridge right across from the massive bridge. It was so epic, I just wondered to myself how this place formed. Now, the bridge is 148 feet long and 60 feet high from the ground. It costs only $3 to enter the park, and as soon as you leave the gift shop, you come up on this formation of rock with all these stacked stones. It looks so cool. I went up there and I tried to get some nice pictures of myself. Now, the park is 100 acres in size, and you can hike the loop of the park, which is very nice. It has some more smaller caves along the route. It's a pleasant walk with some small streams and pathways, and you'll most likely be the only person there. After that, let's head to Ave Maria Grotto. Located in Coleman, this is a 4-acre park built in an old quarry that is home to over 125 miniature reproductions of some of the most famous places in the world. This place is truly a unique gem in Alabama, as each of these reproductions are full of vivid detail and full of life. They really do look so good, and were made by a monk over the course of 40 years. The monk's name was Brother Joseph, and he used everything from limestone and broken pottery to leaves and flowers to make these mini structures. It only costs $10 to get in, and it is a wonderful walk through these peaceful gardens. My favorite spot is when you're coming down the first hill and you're met with this vista of mini buildings built on a small cliff. If you could imagine yourself shrinking in size, you'd think you're in some kind of old European kingdom. To the right of this work of art, a small cave grotto is made with stunning detail. I also met this cool cat in the area that followed me around everywhere. I know you will enjoy this place, and I'm sure you'll have fun identifying some of the works in the park. Now, let's go to Cathedral Caverns. This underground cave system is the largest in the state. It costs $20 to get in, and it is a guided tour that lasts around 90 minutes. The cave is also estimated to be over 100 years old. The cave has some super sick formations inside. You can see a crocodile, a giant, a frozen waterfall, and this thing. I can't remember what they called it. Now, my favorite spot in the cave is the cathedral. I remember standing there in the dark, and the tour guide said, "Is everybody ready?" And she switched on the lights, and the place illuminated to show the cathedral, and everybody was just so amazed at how cool it looked. This cave is super cool, and I recommend everyone that visits Alabama to go and check it out. Now we're going to see the epic Nakalula Falls. Located in the city of Gadsden, this 90-foot tall waterfall has its home in a 250-acre public park. It is named after a Cherokee princess that jumped to her death because she'd rather die than marry a man she did not love. Now you can view the waterfall from the lookout area, but I also recommend going down below to get close and personal with the waterfall. The whole time I was there, the sun was shining, creating this beautiful rainbow next to the waterfall. Once you reach the bottom, you can actually walk behind the waterfall, which is a crazy experience. The waterfall was just gushing, and you could definitely hear and feel its roar standing behind it. After that, we're going to the city of Tuscumbia to visit Spring Park. This has to be one of the most prettiest parks in the entire state. On one end of the park, you have this cascading waterfall there that looks perfectly formed. Anywhere you view it from, it's just so pretty. The lake that is located in the park has this pretty greenish blue color to it, but I'd say all of these geese and the ducks, they steal the show. You can buy some bird feed from the dispensers located in the park, and if you squat down with some of it in your hands, the birds just flock over and start surrounding you. I got excited and I turned into a little kid. There are also a handful of exhibits in the park, and there's also this random tank on one side of the park. I just really like this park, and I think you would too. Now let's head over to Dismal's Canyon. This place is truly special because it is one of the few places in the world that contains an insect named a dismalite that emits a bright blue light to attract prey and mates. Unfortunately, when I went there, I went during the day, so I could not see them, but the stroll through the 85-acre preserve is just breathtaking. I found the small cave area that just looks so uniquely formed, It definitely could have been a scene out of a movie. There are also two beautiful waterfalls there named Secret Falls and Rainbow Falls. There's also this huge gorge you have to hike through that I really enjoyed flying my drone through. I also had my first close encounter with a vulture. It was just chilling, sitting on some eggs. I also found the darkest rock I've ever seen. When you reach the end of the park, you have to squeeze your way through some dodgy pathways which lead to a real bandit hideout, which you can go up and get a nice view of Rainbow Falls. Speaking of waterfalls, let's visit what I consider to be the most beautiful place in the state of Alabama, High Falls Park. There, I said it, the most beautiful. I was so blown away by this place when I first laid eyes on it. It's only a 5-minute walk from the parking lot. As soon as you walk down the path, make a right turn at the fence and you'll arrive at the High Falls viewpoint for an amazing look at the waterfalls. One thing I immediately noticed was this beautiful rock bridge that extended over the falls. I started humming the Lion King song, Circle of Life, as soon as I thought about standing at the edge of it with my hands stretched out wide. But when I did reach the bridge, you have to climb up the side to reach the end, and I thought it was just too sketchy and dangerous. I could have imagined standing there with the drone rotating over me. If you cross the man-made bridge and keep to the right, you can reach the base of the falls and actually swim there. When you reach the bottom, there's a small area with soft sand that stretches out to the falls. It's just the coolest thing ever. Now let's get on our rocket ships and head to the most visited attraction in the state, the U.S. Space and Rocket Center. Now I've always been fascinated by all of creation, including everything that's outside of our planet. Everything God has made is just so amazing. Now the ticket price is $30, but it is totally worth it. One of my favorite spots are the two ISS module mock-ups of the International Space Station. As I was walking through there, I felt like I was casting for the next interstellar movie. This is also where you can see children conducting space camp activities. When you go outside, you are greeted with massive rockets, craters, and some ride that gets all the kids screaming. Now my absolute favorite part of the Space Center is the Saturn V Hall. As soon as you walk in, you are greeted with this massive Saturn V rocket, which is one of only 3 in the world. It's just so big, I thought it was going to consume me. Now there are some cool exhibits here, but when you make your way to the end, you can see the real Apollo 16 that took the astronauts to the moon and back. Next, let's head to Little River Canyon to see the beautiful Little River Falls. As you can see, Alabama has no shortage of stunning waterfalls. I mean, they're just so stunning, and when you visit them, you may have them all to yourself. Now these waterfalls are fed by a little river, which is the longest mountaintop river in the United States. The falls are 45 feet high and 100 feet wide. It is a very popular destination for swimming as well. There are many small pools in the river that you can actually wade in. I immediately noticed how blue and clear the water was. It really makes you want to drink it. Little River Falls is my second favorite waterfall in the state. Not too far from Little River Canyon sits 2 beautiful lookout points that show off spectacular views of Alabama. First, we are going to Bucks Pocket State Park to see the Jim Lynn Overlook. This overlook is 1,000 feet high and it gives you a beautiful panoramic view of the canyon rim below. It isn't a long hike at all, as you can drive your car all the way up to the ramp and walk to the overlook. What I liked about this overlook is that there are many other small overlooks to the left and the right that you can explore. I sat at this secluded one on the left and started telling God just how good he is. When you get to the main overlook, it is just as breathtaking. I really like this little tree here. It served as a marker for me because right across from the tree in the canyon, you can see what looks like someone's secret hideout carved into the side of the mountain. Lookout point number 2 is at Wethington Park. This is one of the best viewpoints in all of Alabama, as it gives you this epic view of Lake Guntersville below. No hiking involved, as you can even see it from the parking lot, and it makes for a wonderful pit stop during a road trip. Lastly, we're going to finish up in the city of Florence. This is my favorite city in the state, and it is home to my last 4 places to visit in Alabama. Let's hop over to the oldest university in the state, the University of North Alabama. Now, while the university campus grounds are great, the main attraction is the live mascot, Leo the Lion. Born on November 18th, 2002, this old African lion was born in Ohio and donated to the university. When I saw him, he was just sound asleep, but it was still crazy to see a live lion on campus grounds. Now, he did have a sister named Una living in there with him, but she passed away sadly in 2020 at the age of 17. Now let's get out our bikes and ride over to Rock Pile Recreation Area. This area gives you stunning views of the Tennessee River, You can take pictures of the impressive Wilson Dam, and my favorite part is this epic waterfall that lies near the dam. This waterfall is always gushing. I've been there like 10 times already and it never stops flowing. It's a great spot to cool down after a long bike ride. You can also bike back up near the entrance to see Indian mounds. It's just a beautiful area, especially when the geese come out. Now let's check out a unique and hidden gem in the city, Graffiti Alley. Located downtown, not too far from the university, is this alleyway spanning 3 blocks full of wall art. It's like walking in an outdoor art museum. There's a lot of creative freedom expressed here. It's truly different here, and I just love walking or riding my bike down this alley to see if there are any new pieces of art that have been made. Lastly, while we're still in Florence, we're going to head to the old railroad bridge. Now, I really love this place. It's my favorite place to ride a bike at, and it's just a calm place to go to on a sunny day. Now a pedestrian-only bridge, it spans 1,580 feet in length and is 14 feet high. The original bridge was built in 1839 as a toll bridge and provided a key transportation route across the river for many years. Well, that's going to do it for my Alabama Top 10. It's such an underrated yet beautiful state that I hope all you will get to visit. Which place in Alabama is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be a video very dear to my heart.